Patrick, do we have you, Bobby, and the rest of the crew on?
We're ready.
We're ready.
Mike Stanzik, are you on board?
I'm here. I'm ready to go. Janie, do you want me to go through this on our side, and we can just deem this closed on unless you want the honors? Okay.
You go for it, Mike. Thank you.
We have the seller side on. We have me as attorney. We have the shareholders that are selling on behalf of Bugs.com and 4Bs. We've seen everything we need to on our side. From the legal end, I can verify that we're good to close Black Bear. Patrick, Bob, Brent, are you there? Can you orally state you're ready, willing, and able to close at this point?
Yes, I am ready, willing, and able.
Ready, willing, and able.
Absolutely. We're ready.
Have you made sure that Franco has not put his wire instructions on your wire instructions so that your funds end up somewhere in the Caribbean?
We expected that, and so we went ahead and headed that off. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
All right, good. So we're good on our side. Janie, can you or somebody from TERMINIX please confirm you're good to deem this closed?
Yeah, I will state from the legal side, yes, we do. We have everything we need to close.
That's great. So that's it. Both sides have deemed it. Going to release the signatures from escrow, and we'll deem the transaction closed at this point at 1:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Congratulations, sellers. Congratulations, TERMINIX.
Congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to work with you again.
Show me the money. I like it.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
All right, have a good one.
Really nice job. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. That's it. That was it. That was the call.
Hold on. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, that was a short call. It lasted more than you trying to have sex with your wife.
Did you warn me, sir? I don't know how you warn someone about it.
You don't warn anybody about mix. Yeah.
Explain that.
You just have to experience it.
Sellers usually feel super generous after the money hits their bank account, and you probably think to yourself, oh, should I pay for dinner? And TERMINIX is paying for it. So get the most expensive dishes and start getting your drink on.
I can tell you, where we're eating, it's about $50 a plate, so we're good to go on that. Yeah.
Yep, but
Yeah.
TERMINIX pays always. The buyer always pays, if you weren't aware of that.
No, I was not. That's perfect.
They're fun, you know. You want to get to know the people that you're doing this deal with. Sounds like I'm a part of this, massive corporation that doesn't have personality, or and that's not true. We're an entity made up of people that enjoy getting to know people and have a real love for this industry and want to hear the personal stories of how 855 Bugs got to be what it is today, right? Because we don't have what you have here in Texas, or this part of Texas. We wanted this expertise of this team. These dinners are the start of that process of how do we share information, share ideas, share talent.
The dinner for me, or any pre-meeting assembly, is just typically for me to take the pulse of the leadership going in. I know for the most part they're a little bit nervous and apprehensive, so my first responsibility and job as a leader in the company is to let them know that it's a good decision for them and their family in general. And being that their spouses were there was a huge plus too, because when you go home to your spouse to have to explain the new leader you talk to and what the company is and what they do, them getting secondhand information versus getting it directly from me. So that's my number one priority, is to make sure that everybody knows we're on the same team and that we're there to build them up and not tear them down and make them successful and build off of what they've already done, right? To add to it and not take away.
To TERMINIX.
Feng Shui? That's not even Feng Shui. What's up, everybody? Y'all ready? You ready for this? You ready for this?
Well, thank y'all for the loud applause. I don't know who started that, but we've got about 5 or 6 minutes before I'm going to introduce some folks here that are going to come into the room. And so I want to talk first briefly about some industry trends. In other industries, Brent Watts in the back here, you guys know Brent from Do It Best, and some of the other industries, big corporations will come in and acquire smaller companies, smaller brands. And then they'll leave those brands to operate as standalone brands. And you have that continue on with the same people and the same culture and the same workforce. And so today, you're going to meet the acquirers of 855bucks.com.
It is so important to have sensitivity for what's going through the employees' heads. My gosh, I'm being sold. I don't know what the future is going to bring. I don't know what it's going to be like working for a large company. Is everything going to change? The first thing is to have that sensitivity that there is huge tension, huge anxiety in the room. Two realities though. First thing, it would be wrong for anyone to get up in front of any company that's selling and say, everything's going to stay the same, right? So there are going to be things that are different. There are going to be, processes that are different. The ways that you might submit expenses, it's going to be slightly different. Your 401k is going to be different. If you had a 401k, now you're going to have, your health insurance, it's going to be different. So there are differences that are going to happen, and it's just very important that you have a support network and support team for that onboarding process, for that integration process, for the employees and the owners to have easy access to answers, people to hold your hand and get you through, across the finish line. There is a lot of anxiety, but it's important to have somebody in the room like me that's done it with my team. Sort of like, I feel almost like I've, this is going to sound very arrogant, but I sort of feel like, Moses taking, the tribe through the desert, and now, we're into the promised land, right? So I can't, abandon these, my team. That's what it's like selling a business. You're leading your tribe across to a new place to live and to thrive. And you got to make sure that everything goes as well as it can go. I'm not saying that I'm Moses, but that's what it sort of feels like.
From an onboarding acquisition standpoint, it went extremely well. That typically happens when the associates who are coming on board with us have a very good working relationship with the leaders in the branch and the owners of the company. How it was done and how it was presented in a positive way, from the attitudes of the owners to the praying mantis walking us in, and there was a lot of thought put in by ownership, which obviously makes the biggest impact, right? You have a lot of nervous associates who are unsure about what they're stepping into, and when you have an owner who's enthusiastic and brings a certain vigor and drive to the whole process, like Bob and Patrick did, that's the result you get.
You know, originally out the gate, I was a little nervous, but after they explained everything and talked about the room for an advancement or growth potential, that's what I strive for out of any job. So being able to have more potential for more growth, it's kind of exciting, especially because I just started my family off, so got to take care of them little ones.
I think that the most important thing that's going to happen in the next 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks is that there's going to be questions, there's going to be anxiety on everyone's part, right? Because it's just new. Anything new, induces some sort of level of anxiety. I think it's really important to have open connections with the integration team and the team that you basically sold the business to make sure that you have access to speaking to Bruce WREN at any hour of the day or night if you have a problem, speaking to Andrew Klein at any hour of the day or night if you have a problem. These people are here for you to make sure that you and your team are basically taken care of and not left out in the cold. So don't be bashful to pick up a phone and or send a text and say, I need to talk. I mean, the decider in this is, of course, the person who's going to really be owning this business after day one is Bruce WREN, the division VP. With his region director and him together, they're going to own this business. They're going to own the great things that you do. They're going to own the difficult things that you do or that you don't do. So it's really important for your team to have that open line of communication to those two guys throughout the entire process of the next couple of months. And the two of them are supreme professionals. Bruce actually came to TERMINIX, I believe, almost 30 years ago through an acquisition. So he was in a company that was actually a TERMINIX franchise, but was owned by somebody else owned the franchise, and then they sold the franchise back to TERMINIX, and he came on board with that acquisition. And he is like the poster child for what you can do in an acquisition, right? You can be acquired and then rise to the ranks and become, one of the 5 or 6 division vice presidents in the country, running a couple $100 million business across a large geography. When I was a division vice president on the commercial side for that 1 year, I was running like a $150 million business, which is small compared to what Bruce is running. But, I never had that opportunity when I was at Assured. I remember getting a very funny phone call from Stacey O'Reilly, who owns Plunkett's, and she was like, damn, I got to go out and buy businesses now because you're running something that's bigger than what I'm running. And I never thought of it that way, but Stacey framed it perfectly. Yeah, I was running something that was bigger than her business. But again, Bruce is that poster child for the success that you can expect. Great people rise through the ranks here.
usual for him to fly into a place where they would say acquiring?
It's very unusual, and it's a wonderful opportunity for both Brett and for the teammates here at 855 Bugs to get to meet him, to get to know him. He's not done this before for a transaction. This is something that he really feels passionately about, to welcome your team to this organization, and he's really excited to be here. So it's not been done before. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the team.
How you doing, guys? Nice to see you again. John, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the team. Awesome, thank you so much.
We're excited.
Yeah, very excited.
Definitely been awesome.
Bruce, why do you have a North Face on in the middle of summer like that?
I like the pockets.
What do you ask?
You got a jacket on too, but you got sleeves. So. No, it's been a real pleasure working with this crew. It's been a week of them doing the onboard things. We've had some challenges, but
Hey, yeah, happy
Bob
to be
and
here.
Patrick, congratulations. We're so thrilled to have your collective team now join our team here at Terminix. So welcome aboard. Glad to have you part of Terminix.
You were happy too.
He sat down with me and Nicole and I were sitting there sort of crafting together. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you saw it, but this is actually our mascot, Manny, that we have, yeah. So it goes out to the community. Here's his fuzzy friends.
Desire our vision. We're building stronger people. Yeah, he's a late night guy. Yeah. I get about 3 hours of sleep a night. Well, thank you all. Hey, Patrick, again, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Paul, thank you. It's been
Absolutely.
a pleasure.
Absolutely, Brett. Thank you, everyone from Memphis coming down. Spent some time with us. Bugs team. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah. Congrats all. Yeah. Have a great weekend.
All right, man. Take care.
Great to see you. Hey, welcome to the
Thank you.
Right.